Hey, it's Ashley I.
And I'm Mr. Ashley I.
You're a good one.
I'm learning.
And we're here doing The Bachelorette the morning after. We're going to be talking about all things Hannah's premiere. A man already jumped over the fence for her.
We already saw Beast Mode, night one. It was quite intimidating, but also impressive. And John Paul Jones entered my life, and I'm very happy about it.
We're both very happy about this John Paul Jones thing. He's amazing. All right, are you ready? Let's go.
How much do we love Hannah?
We love Hannah.
We love Hannah.
We do. I mean, Ash, you and I have been excited about this for a while, but did she deliver?
Yeah, totally. And she proved to be confident and put together when she needed to be, when the guys were coming out the limo. She was like maybe a little bit more obviously nervous than most leads, but you know, like everybody was flipped out after the final rose that she wasn't going to be able to handle it. I think she was able to prove that she was. And I love that we got a little bit of a taste of the Hannah that we know in the beginning package, where she's like, oh my god, I can't walk like this. Like, what am I doing here? That's
yeah, under the train track in Tuscaloosa, however you say it, and walking through the wheat field. I mean, when you see a girl doing that, are you attracted to that? Like her just being her authentic self, like awkward?
Are you?
I'm marrying Ashley I. If I'm not attracted to someone who's their authentic self, then I'm marrying the wrong person.
Awkward authentic self.
Awkward authentic self. Yeah, I mean, listen, she was great last night. I will say that it is the first night, so she had plenty of time to prep for that. So let's see how the dates go.
Like everybody knows how the first night goes.
Yeah.
Like almost like a stranger off the street could handle that if they watch the show enough.
Yeah, but I think she definitely. I liked her overall demeanor. I thought that she was very excited to be there and confident. She didn't seem that nervous, which I was surprised about.
I didn't think she seemed that nervous either.
I thought she was going to be, because I remember watching Colton on night one, and you could just tell how nervous he was talking to these girls. And Hannah didn't seem that nervous at all.
Yeah.
Which was a little shocking, but
Maybe it was
not a
because
bad
she
thing.
wasn't that intimidated by her group of men.
Maybe. I mean, how do you not get intimidated by Luke P?
What do you mean, really?
He's a very intimidating man. Not like...
Wait, you think he's intimidating?
He's a little aggressive. Oh, no, not like intimidating, like, I mean, not like holy crap, not like Deanie Babies where you look at him and you're like, wow, you're the best looking man I've ever seen.
Yeah, okay.
He's a good looking man, but I was joking because he's shown in the preview as like legit just like screaming at a dude and pointing his finger in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad joke, obviously.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
No, but you got us on to talking about how he got the first impression rose, but yet is likely the villain. So that's an interesting dichotomy.
It's like the first impression rose either like is the one in the end or he's a villain. That's like look like Olivia. She was a villain who got a first impression rose.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue, I guess, Britt was kind of a villain on your season. She got the first impression rose, didn't she?
Yeah.
I always liked her.
Yeah.
I liked Britt.
Oh, I like Britt too.
I like Britt too.
But on that season, she was
Misunderstood.
definitely controversial to say the least. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Got the first impression rose.
I think he's gonna be a villain. He's too aggressive for me. I'm not like, I understand that Hannah likes a guy who's gonna go after her. She likes like all the really like masculine, more aggressive in like a romantic way moves. I like a little hard to get, so I think that would turn me off in this context. But that's not me. That's not me. It's Hannah.
Well, that suit certainly turned me off. That bright blue suit with the purple tie.
For being the only other person who's been turned off by this. I was so turned off by it. Like, Jared.
I didn't like the tie. I didn't mind the color of the suit.
It was not, it was like the principle of it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, I'm going to be
peacocking.
this flashy and like, it's not going to be that aesthetically pleasing, but I'm going to get away with it because I'm me, Luke P., the guy that all the girls in college wanted to get with.
Or he's just not very fashion forward.
That's not it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But let's talk about the intro packages because his in particular, rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. I think it rubbed everybody the wrong way.
God spoke to him in the shower after him basically... What it sounded like was thought he was this hot guy in college, probably treated women like crap, and God spoke to him in the shower and he had to change his
I'm very
ways.
curious when God spoke to him in the shower. Was it the day before he left for the Bachelorette? Was it 2 years ago? Like, how long has God spoken to you? That's my question. I'm not even joking about that because it's funny, but at the same time, it's such a cop-out if he was like, oh, I was really this bad person. Then Monday, God spoke to me. I'm fine now. I'm good. I'm going on the Bachelorette, turning a new leaf. It's like, come on, man. And then, like, I just also, There's a little part of me that gets bugged when they have conversations with the Bachelorette and they're like, I never thought in a million years I would ever do this show, blah, blah, and then I saw you. And I'm like, I don't buy it. Don't buy it.
No.
And it's not just a Luke thing. It was just a Luke on top of the God speaking and then him saying, women wanted me. It was a bad night for Luke. Bad night.
Yeah.
I think also The Bachelor sometimes treats the audience like they're dumb, and we're all very savvy viewers by this point, especially with social media, and we know that these guys were cast before Hannah was
That's
ever
what I was going to
chosen.
say, so that's so wrong. Like, he was in casting, he was pretty much a done deal, like top, the 30. Until Hannah was announced. Because they started filming 5 days after Hannah was announced. So, case in point, he was signed up in the hotel pretty much, waiting.
Yeah, so if
not
it was Hannah,
knowing who Hannah
if it was
was.
Hannah G, was he not gonna? Was he just after all this casting, after everything, he was gonna be like, I'm out, see ya, bye bye.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I think that The Bachelor needs to realize that the viewer is a little more savvy, and with the casting of Hannah as the lead, we were very happy because we thought they were moving in the right direction, and they are with more relatable lead. But just finishing up intro packages, I just would want to bring up Tyler.
Before Tyler, can I just say one thing? I'm very curious about what you said. The Bachelor needs to change that up a little bit because this audience is becoming more savvy. Maybe The Bachelor recognizes that, and because it looks like Luke might be the villain, maybe they left that in there to say, hey, maybe nobody's going to like that line, and it's going to feed into who
Could
Luke
be.
is throughout the season. Maybe I'm overthinking
You're
it.
definitely overthinking it, but
it's
I
an
like
interesting
what you're
thought.
thinking.
No. You bring up a good point. Tyler. So, little Mr. Footloose.
I think we all saw Tyler from his very first picture being the one that everybody was saying was the only hot one in that first bunch of pictures that they released back in March.
Yeah.
And then we were like, he's the only hot one, but he's probably going to be like, can I say douchey?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, that guy is a player. He looks like he has 5 girlfriends. He's a roster of girlfriends. Like, that's just what he looked like just from the picture.
Agreed.
And I think that's what he came across as last night, too. And then it was just so funny. It was like funny in a pathetic way when he was like, I was 2 classes away from getting a minor in dance.
I couldn't tell if he was being facetious or not.
Which, if he was purposely being funny, that would be hilarious.
It was funny.
That'd be awesome.
I just couldn't tell.
Yeah, but then with him dancing around like Footloose in a half-built house, I think he was being facetious. But I want to see more of him because I think that you see people like him and Dean, and you do judge a book by its cover, and then you start unfolding the layers, and I hope that we learn a lot more about him, and he's different than,
Well, I think him and Dean are very different because Dean is just a different personality than Tyler. At least it seems to be. I don't know. But when Tyler, because honestly, it wasn't even the intro package that really caught my eye with Tyler. It was when he walked up to Hannah, and he was just very like, hey, I came all the way from Florida to see you. And it was like,
all the way from
that was your
Florida.
line after all that?
Everyone here came from all over the country.
Yeah, and it was just like, it was almost like he was just too, like, sometimes guys, like, they kind of like go like this.
It's his head.
And
He
it's
acted
like
as if his head had an extra 15 pounds to it.
Well, it's just kind of like you act like you're too cool for school. And
Agreed.
It was one of those moments I was like, oh, I don't know. I came all the way from Florida to see you. And it was like, that was your line? That was the line? I don't know if he was just trying to, like, be cool and it came off wrong, or I don't know. But I do want to see more from him because we'll see. She seems to like him.
I hope we're not just stereotyping him, and I'm sorry because we are. We definitely are. But what are we supposed to do? We just have one first impression now.
I mean, night one is all about snap judgments,
totally.
That's like the story of night one.
So, any favorite arrivals?
Oh, John Paul Jones. He was the best.
John Paul Jones.
He was the best. Hi, I'm
my
John Paul
favorite.
Jones. My name is John Paul Jones, and you can call me John Paul Jones. I'll see you inside. It was like, that was the best intro I've ever
Gave
seen.
her like this big bro hug.
Yeah.
He was like in.
I know. I think
all
everybody
I-
at home was rooting for John Paul Jones.
Yeah.
I was almost happy he was the final rose because it added real tension. Because everybody was like, please, please, John Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually really shocked by who went home last night. Why do I want to call him Joe Donald? It's Matt Donald.
Matt Donald.
He shouldn't have gone home. He seemed nice, charming, a little
know.
nerdy. His song was cute. There was a lot of guys that would have eliminated before him. And then I thought that Chasen, the pilot, was also seemed sweet. He was attractive.
Yeah.
he had a nice demeanor. He was totally threatened by Peter, the other pilot.
I know, it was cute.
In a cute way.
I think because he's a pilot, it's a really cool job. It's very unique. He comes up, he's just in his regular suit, says, "Hi, I'm a pilot," like thinking, all right, I got a little bit of edge.
Paper
and then paper airplane, and then literally the guy right behind him walks up in a full pilot uniform, says, "Hi, I'm Peter the pilot." And he's like, "Oh, well, screw me, right?"
Yeah. But some of the guys with the best entrances were sent home, like Ryan on the roller skates, Matt Donald, and Joe the Box King. And I just found...
Joe the Box King would give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
What a creepo. Come on.
He reminded me of Grocery Store Joe with the
just because
Chicago
he's from
accent.
Chicago doesn't
And he
mean he's
left
Grocery
night
Store
one.
Joe.
Oh, he is not Grocery Store Joe. I mean, I don't mind. He seems like he's a very energetic guy. I hope he's on Paradise because he'll be a good character. But him and Grocery Store Joe was a phenomenon.
One of them will end up in Paradise because they usually take one person from night one. But I think it would be Chasen, the pilot.
You're all about Chasen. I disagree.
I think maybe Matt Donald.
Or Matt Donald.
Because I
see him in
really want to
Paradise.
hear about Matt's deaf family. Like, I think there's
Yes.
layers to this kid. And I was very surprised she
He had
sent
a
him
very
home.
sympathetic background, and you want to see guys like that succeed.
There you go. So you got some info from Demi yesterday on your podcast.
So basically we all know Demi was there with the surveillance cameras because she was trying to like catch bad ones, including the one who had a girlfriend. And she had gotten DMs throughout the week saying that this guy has a girlfriend, and then she even got a DM like from the girlfriend saying that my boyfriend's on the show, or like a screenshot. It was screenshots that she got. The girlfriend, I don't think, actually DM'd her. But then she was like, he's on the show now. It's going to be fine. We're going to be back together. When he gets kicked off, we're going to go on this great vacation together. Something like that. And I thought it was like planned, I was like, oh, they definitely put this guy on the show with a girlfriend on purpose, but apparently not. Like Demi's being truthful when she says she actually got the DMs herself, and that she thinks that they sent her the DMs because everybody knows that she was the closest to Hannah.
Okay.
I believe it was real. The reason I believe it was real, because as a guy, I can say this. Guys are stupid. And he probably thought, if I break up with her before I go on the show, it's going to be fine.
But the girlfriend was in on it too. She was like totally cool with that plan.
She could have been maybe playing it up too. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he says he broke up. Maybe they were cool. Let me say this. It wouldn't be the first time I heard of this situation. And I know someone that got away with it, which is crazy. Yeah.
Jared, who on your season?
No, it's not. No, I'm not. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. What are you, out of your mind? But it was like a I had somebody back home. And who says it was the guy?
Oh!
You tell me later.
Boom.
Maybe.
Okay. So I just thought it was funny how they did this whole ploy with the surveillance van, and it was just funny. Maybe they planned to air more of it, and they really only
because there was nothing there.
No, you would have assumed it would have been a bigger part of the episode, and it was just like they rolled up. I honestly forgot it was happening until like an hour and a half in when they rolled up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Demi and Katie are on this episode.
Yeah.
But it was a cute little gimmicky thing, and then it obviously was all for that dude Scott. Like legit, the only reason that van pulled up was because of him.
So Hannah went into beast mode. So let's talk
Beast
about
mode.
the confrontation, and I thought it was one of the most real things and genuine things I've seen on the franchise. To be completely honest, I thought her emotions were so real, and her jaw physically dropping was. I loved it.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, like, I didn't expect her to handle it any other way, though. That's exactly how I expected Hannah to take it. Because even when she was in the midst of the breakup with Colton, I think it's moments like those that she really, like, speaks up and stands up for herself.
Yeah, I think she thrives in moments like that.
Yeah.
I know it's weird to say, but it seems like she gets a high almost off of it. Like, you are trying to pull this behind my back?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you can see that she's not afraid to confront people, which is a good quality to have.
I loved it when she was like, you, out here, door, come on.
Like a little dog.
Yeah, I know.
And I just thought it was funny that she led him through the mansion front door. Like, she didn't just send him on his way. Like, she physically led him out. So who are your top four?
My top four. I wonder if we have different ones. Are you ready?
I
Do
mean,
you want to do this together?
You can go and then I'll go.
Okay. So I think Jed, Luke, in Hannah's eyes, Connor S, and Peter.
Okay, so explain why.
Okay, so Jed, because I think he'll be a dark horse because he like just defines dark horse. He's other than like a lot of the other guys who are like just so anxious and excited to like talk to her with like their eyes bugging out and they just want to impress her. Like I feel like he doesn't feel the need to like just be so in your face. Like he's just really subtle and laid back and like manly.
Okay, but she was giggling
Yeah,
as
she's
she
giggling
played
as she played the guitar.
Yeah.
Yes. Which was a great move because
Who gave him that guitar? Such cheating. You know, like all these guys are trying to vie for the Bachelorette. All of a sudden, like this dude is like, oh, by the way, I'm gonna serenade her in front of a fireplace. It's like, oh, you know, go to hell, bro.
then Luke P, because obviously she likes him and they have physical chemistry already. Peter, because he just seems like a Ben Higgins of the season, just like your clean-cut All-American guy who I feel like, you know, she's like, I don't know, there you go.
Yeah, could use a haircut.
He could use a hairstyling. And then lastly, Connor S, because one, they had good chemistry and I just felt very comfortable watching them interact.
I felt very uncomfortable because
You felt uncomfortable?
he sounded like a surfer going through puberty. His voice, like, I don't know. I mean, I like the preppiness of him. That's what I'm
style.
into. It's my style, not surprising. But he's the one who jumped the fence.
Yeah, so I like that move too. I mean,
that was cute.
I wonder how many guys wanted to do that move.
And he got to.
He got
won.
to. Yeah, because there had to have been at least 5 or 6 guys that was like, I want to jump the fence. You know?
Oh, seriously. That's such
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
He just won the bid on that one.
Yeah, because he probably has the most going for him.
Yeah, I think I probably have the same top 4. Luke P, because I think he's just going to be a big part of the season. And he got the first impression rose. And then I also think Peter the pilot. He's just got that sweetness to him.
Sweetness and an ease.
And an ease, yeah. And he was very much of a character in the first episode, so I think they're going to continue with that one. And then Jed, I think Jed's that freaking song. That song.
Oh, it got me too.
It really was winning her heart. And he's got like that southern charm that I think she's going to like. Nashville boy. Nashville boys always make it pretty far. And
She's talking about wanting a man. Like, she's not into the boyish vibe. She wants, like, a man to lead. You know what I mean? And I think Jed will be that man.
And then I'd say Connor, the same one. And then maybe.
Okay, so the exact same?
Yeah, pretty much. I know. I should have gone first.
Maybe it's because these are the ones that I've been talking about too all like weekend.
And then Tyler, just because
he's hot.
Exactly. He's good looking.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's going to very much like that.
Yeah.
He'll get far for his looks.
So
And we don't know too much
And
about
we
his
don't know too
personality.
much about him.
We just know
Hopefully he's like awesome.
Yeah, he's a dancer. He seems a little overconfident, but you know, sometimes guys get a little nervous on night one, so let's give him a pass.
I wish you could say John Paul Jones.
My name is John Paul Jones. My friends call me John Paul Jones.
Okay.
So you can call me John Paul Jones.
John Paul Jones. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Well,
So
it's
I'll
nice
see
to
you
meet
inside.
John
Yeah.
Paul Jones. Say John Paul Jones 3 times fast. John Paul Jones. John Paul Jones. John Paul Jones.
No, John Paul Jones. I'll see you in paradise, bro. Pack your
I know.
bags.
He defines paradise.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna be like top 10, if even. He may not even make 10.
I'll be close probably. But it's cool. Like you have like the dark horse. Where you're like, I know you're not gonna win, but man, just go. Keep
Yeah.
going, bro. Don't stop.
He has a good face.
Yeah, he's got a good face, but he's like, even in his interview, he has this like scowl about him.
hilarious.
He was like,
character.
He's like, I don't want to tell my family and friends that I went home after only a few days. And like, it was just weird in his ITM. I was like, I love every second of it. I need more of this in my life.
Well,
He's gonna be a phenomenon.
JPJ.
Yeah.
So we already saw over 2 minutes of the Super Tease last week, but what they added in was a fascinating part that must have just been filmed because they just finished the entire series on Friday.
Yeah.
And so there is some slut shaming going on, and I do not like it.
Well, how do we know?
We don't know. She's mentioned something about sex and how she's not a virgin, and
But I think it's too early to assume that there's slut shaming.
Okay.
Just because she's defending any type of physical intimacy with another dude, I don't want to assume that somebody's just immediately slut shaming her. Because there was a line in there that obviously I think everybody heard and kind of everybody's ears perked up, was when she said something along the lines of, "I believe sex is between a man and a woman after marriage." Which obviously is not the best look, so I don't want to like make any judgments because we haven't even seen the context of what she was saying it.
Yeah.
Because obviously if she just says it that way, then I have some issues with that line, but we'll see. It could have been taken out of context. It could have been just used for dramatic appeal in the teaser. Let's kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah. And I think it was the latter.
Yeah, but I think to your point, it would have been done around fantasy suites, right? When you think that line would have happened around fantasy suites?
I mean, the last 2 weeks, I feel like this went down.
I think she's right.
It's fascinating.
Oh, I agree.
I
Oh,
think it's a
definitely. It was
recent
definitely.
comment.
It had to be like a fantasy suite comment. I don't think she's pulling a Caitlyn and sleeping
No,
with the dude
that's
before
what
the
I
fantasy
said.
suite.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of has learned since Caitlyn was the guinea pig. Everybody learned from that moment. Unfortunately,
Nobody did it again.
And nobody did it
Were
again.
you still on the show when that happened?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
with Nick, yeah.
I had a one-on-one like the day after or 2 days after or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
No, that you had a day.
in Ireland when we were, because that happened when we were in Dublin, and then
Your
I had my
pop
one-on-one
date?
from when it was like a road trip date from Dublin to Killarney when we were moving to the next the top 5 or
And did
whatever
you
it was.
know?
No, I did
God.
not know. I didn't know until we saw the teaser for our episode
He
where
literally didn't know what happened while he
Thank
was
God.
there.
nobody knew.
that's good.
No, nobody knew except for Sean. And Sean wouldn't tell us because I remember when Sean came back from his date where Caitlyn told him that she had an overnight moment with Nick. He came back and I'll never forget. And he was like, no, nothing, just a regular date. And I remember, let's just say there was a lot of tension in the room because it just seemed like something wasn't being said and there was something that was supposed to be said. It was just like this weird moment. We were all like, we don't know what's going on. Something obviously happened that you're not telling us, and maybe, you don't want to tell us, which is totally cool. We're not asking, but maybe other people are asking, and we just don't want to get involved. And it's just like this whole thing. I'll never forget that night because it was just like this awkward. And Nick was there in the room, and like it was just like this weird. And then obviously looking back, it's way more awkward. But no, I didn't find out until they showed the teaser, like what's coming up in this season of The Bachelorette, and there was a shot where they showed Caitlyn and I in a room, and we closed the door, and then immediately cut to like her making the sounds, and obviously my phone blew up because they were like, "Did you sleep with?" Oh yeah.
Actually, you didn't know that?
I don't remember because the last time I saw the super tease for Caitlyn's season was
4 years
before I
ago?
knew him. Was before I knew him.
It was in San Antonio. We had it was just like we were in her room and nothing happened.
Yeah, I
obviously.
remember when you were in her room in Ireland after the car date. There's your teaser clip.
Yeah, slap in the face.
Guys, we have to wrap it up.
Okay.
Thank you for doing
Yeah.
this. Ashley and I will be back.
I'll be
spilling
back.
the tea.
We'll be back spilling the tea or the
next
coffee.
week,
Oh, does it
or
say
the
tea on
coffee.
there?
It says coffee.
Oh, okay. Spilling the
good.
coffee.
Spilling coffee.
Coffee's hotter
thank
than
you
tea.
guys.
Thank you
know where to find
so
their
much.
podcast.
Yes, and we have a new show coming out next Tuesday. It'll be on YouTube. First
Yes.
2 episodes next Tuesday. It's called What
Now?
Story of our lives now. For all things Bachelorette, make sure to head over to Access Online, and if you like this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe.
If you love that video, you're gonna love everything on the Access YouTube channel, so hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it. Now. Thanks.